Welcome back, guys. I'm Mellowseven, and this is Football Manager 2018. We are done with the January break. We do have a couple transfers to talk about, and we've got a big match coming up against Nijmegen. Now, I was stationed in Germany in 98, 99, and just into the beginning of 2000. And the Nijmegen for the military is a pretty big event. They have a 4-day march there. Now, it all dates back, it's like 1908 or something like that, where a army unit founded a soccer team. See, it all ties back into our football here. That led to a nationalized physical education day, which led to a 4-day walk to Breda, B-R-E-D-A, which is where the sports day was going to be. So it's been running for over 100 years. I think 2016 was the 100th anniversary of the Nijmegen March. It has different classes based on age, gender, and military. So the military has to show up in uniform with the ruck, and they walk the whole thing with everybody else just like they'd be marching, right? So big thing. So, I'm a big supporter of Nijmegen. It's a really neat thing. You actually get a royal award if you complete it. It's pretty cool. So we've got the Nijmegen match today, but first let's go ahead quickly and talk about our transfers. So initially, let's go history out. Let's talk about the outs. Now, we saw Zandro Schenk early. He pretty much forced his way out, or he hinted strongly that he'd force his way if I didn't let him go. So we let him go. Since then, we have gone ahead and sold Manichin, we don't play his position. He's actually been, of the group, the best behaved. Happy to let him go. We got a little bit of money for him there, $150K. Veerkoven was a youngster who wasn't getting much play time. I don't think he's going to be very good. He was kind of our fourth string striker. So we let him go on loan. Spenkelink, he was our backup goalie. He wanted out, and he was the one causing the most problem, so we dumped him. On the way in, our assistant coach, I think, found a youth for us, Mats Grotenbreg, for the youth team. 19 years old, plays out on the wing. That's not, fullback. Comfortable on both sides, which is great. Looks like he's got some pretty good potential, and he's not bad right now. In fact, he's probably pretty close to being a starter on our team right now, except we've got a couple guys back there that have been playing okay, so we'll probably leave him where he is. We brought in Miguel Santos to replace Spekelink. This was the goalkeeper at Fortuna that just stymied us as they parked the bus and shut us down. He wanted out, oddly enough, because they were bottom of the league, and we've picked him up. And he's not quite as good as our starter. You can see, an extra star and a half, but we can rotate him in here and there. We need to do a better job of that in the future to keep our backup goalkeeper happy. And we know he can do the job because he did it against us. Shoop we brought in earlier. So then we needed a striker. And as I scouted this kid, it essentially said his finishing was 14 to 19. His acceleration was 13 to 20. His first touch, I think, was 11 to 18. And you thought, well, if it's those lowest numbers, he'll be okay, but there's a chance they're going to be slightly better, And essentially, whenever it gave us a range, it was the absolute lowest number of that range, pretty much across the board. I'd hoped some of them would be a little higher, but all told, even though they only rate him as 2 stars now with a potential of 3, he's got a finishing of 14, a composure of 14. Flair's a little bit weak, off the ball is a little bit weak, but he does have some acceleration and pace for this level, so we're going to give him a try. He doesn't have a huge value. He's just on loan. We didn't have to pay anything for him, so win-win. If we decide we don't like him, fine. I actually tried to sign him, but I had the assistant manager had responsibility for signing youth contracts, and they lowballed him, and I didn't realize it because I asked for the transfer. I figured the contract would come to me, but it didn't. It went to the youth, to the assistant coach who was handling youth contracts. And they lowballed him, and he turned it down, and I couldn't open contract negotiations with him again. So we just got a loan, and I'm glad we did because he's not nearly as good as we thought he might be, especially considering it doesn't look like he's going to get much better. But we'll see how that goes. For the season anyway, he's ours. So we do have a couple more transfers hopefully pending. We're trying to get rid of Peter Longadijk. He was crying a lot. And it looks like, I think, do we have him? Contract. Oh, maybe we loaned him out. I think we're trying to get him loaned out. I think is what's going on with him right now. I didn't get any bites for him to buy, but I think we got some bites to loan. Desney Brunick, same thing. Oh, he rejected the contract. Somebody asked to loan him, and I said, yeah, okay. He has got some playtime recently, but I thought it'd be nice if he could get a little bit more, but he turned it down. That's fine. And we're trying to bring in a scout because we lost one. So that's it. So we're waiting on, I think we're just waiting on Longendijk to go. Let's see, does he show up on loans? He does not show up on loans yet, so we're still waiting to find out what's going to happen with him. However, if we check home and we check our promises, a bunch of them have disappeared because we've completed them. You can see Lum is happy finally with us for improving our man management. Longendijk, we're going to get rid of him one way or another. And Julian Wolf we sold. So he's actually, he should be gone soon too. I thought. Whoops, transfers. Well, I don't see him there. Julian Wolf right here. He's got 2 offers. And Longendijk is looking at the contract right now. I think that's how that's working. So we'll see what happens. As far as our tactics go for this match, I think we're going to run pretty much what we've been running, except I think I'm going to run Shetz up front. We're going to give him a try, give the youngsters first shot at it. We'll stick with the same formation that's been working for us for the most part. Shadrack's the only one I'm really thinking about. He just hasn't been very good up there recently. Let's check his, come on, click on him for once. You know, you can see there, you know, that was a 7.8, but his average is 6.8 despite that. 7.2, come on, go away. 6.2, 6.3, 6.5. Maybe he's on the way back up. I guess we give him another shot. Let's go ahead and hit continue. Match preview. NEC does not have a coach right now or a manager. Their under 19s is managing the team. I couldn't find out what happened to him. I just know he's not there at the moment. They are slight favorites, but they're saying that we have a shot at this one. I mean, who knows? We'll find out, right? Does list the head coach there, but he's just an interim coach. They do expect a sellout, but only about 200 or so of our fans are expected to be there out of the 12,000. So we're going to have to kind of see how that goes. Let's make sure everybody is first game afterwards, so we should be okay. We should essentially be running our starters. I think that's fine. Do we want to just run him as an attacking? You know, I wonder if the problem is this Trey Carista. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we just take him off that. We just put him on attack. We've got him on support. We're running a little bit more fluid, so we don't... The more fluid you go, at least in the past, the less specific call-outs for what they're going to do. So the less being a deep-lying playmaker mattered, and the more just you played at the central midfield mattered. And you helped out wherever you needed to help out. Your role was a lot more fluid. So the more specific you tried to get, the less useful that was. So now that we're, you know, so if we run a fluid, you know, less worrying about the specifics and more, you're just up here as an attacking midfielder. Now, Sam Hendricks is injured. We'll go ahead and take him out of the match. Of course, we can't click there while that's open because, yeah, that makes sense. And we'll go ahead and put Santos in, and we'll get Veerkoven in for the moment. Although I think he's on the way out to... Oh, no, he turned it down. Right? Isn't that what we saw? Okay, submit team. Nope, he's been loaned out to another club. I don't know why we didn't see him there. So we'll just kind of clear that. There we go. Submit team. Yeah, he doesn't have match sharpness. I'm not surprised about that. Like I say, it's first time we've got him. Let's go ahead and give him some numbers. 13 and 15. Okay, submit. Yep. And let's see what happens. Turn that down a little bit there. All right. Don't have a picture for Shetz now either, so we'll just let the assistant give this one. We're underdogs. Let's go get them in pep talk. This is at their house and it is sold out. This is a big game, I think. I think more for them as I was looking through, trying to find out what happened to their coach. I mean, it's a big game for us. We need to win everything. But let's see what happens here. Zepper out to go. I don't know. It's the first one. I probably shouldn't be narrating it. But it looks like we got a chance on this one. Shadrack to Depper. Is he going to go back out to the corner? Corbin makes a run for the corner. Can he get a crossover? Ah, nope. He just feeds it into Deli there. And that was it. All right. They get a highlight. They feed it out to Akbar. It's a drop! I heard a whistle ahead of time. There we go. Verdonk was offside. Verdonk is a great name. Great name. Not as good as Vandenboom. There we go. Sumaro gets in there. Feeds that one out to Verdonk. Brenberg. Back over to Verdonk. Can he get across at him? All right. We were there. 2 players. Gromboss feeds it up. Gets it up to the youngster Schetz. First time we've seen him touch the ball. He fed it up. Oh, beautiful. Oh, yes. It goes up to Overgur, who passes it off to Jepper and in. Look. Top-ish corner. Let's see the highlight here. Beautiful, beautiful setup by Schetz. Good job. Sees the running man. Just kind of chucks it up, I guess, for people to run on. Overgur gets it. It wasn't high, but it was far right. Right up against the post. And we've got a 1-0 lead. You know what I'm going to do? And I don't normally do this. And it'd be great if it would let me click that instead of giving me pop-ups. The game is paused right now. Nothing should be changing. Let us go to counter for a couple minutes to see if they go attacking afterwards. Because a lot of times we score the goal, they come back, they get the goal again, nothing's happened. I'm going to go back to control. I didn't see it go over in the first place. Our thing just popped up there. We'll see what happens. And I don't know if I should be doing that or not doing that. I don't know if I should go on the attack when they score a goal and go defense after we've scored one. I don't know. But we'll give it a try. We'll see if it works. If it works, I'm a genius. If it doesn't work, I'm not any dumber than I was to begin with. So, all right, Verdonk up to Brenberg. This is beginning to sound familiar. Verdonk, Brenberg, back out to Janssen, over to the other side to Heinloth. Tries to get it into Akbar. He couldn't get a head on it, but Verdonk has it. Oh, big shot inside. Stevens manages to push it aside. That will be a corner kick. Is Brenberg going to be their corner? Looks like. He does a little moonwalk shuffle in there. Feeds it in. Kedding got a head on it. Punches it wide. They've got an Akbar and an Akbar? Or was I misseeing Akbar all along? Anyway, Jensen has it. Going backwards. Sleegers into Brenberg. Sook's got it. Oh, Shadrack fought for that. Pushes it back to their side. Highlight over. All right. 32 minutes down. All right, can we hold out till halftime? Come on, boys. No, all the highlights are theirs. Skeleton Pool up to Sherman. Feeds it up to Achenbar. I think I was just misseeing it the whole time. Oh, my God. Stevens comes out and leaps for absolutely no reason from way back where and then almost misses it. He should have just took a couple steps forward. Look at that. We get in. Depper got a head on it. Shadrack has it on the far right. He's running. We've got people trying to catch up in the middle. Is he going to be able to get a corner? He feeds it back into Sumaro. Back out to Gronblast, who followed up. Overgur. Nice little triangles here, but let's see if we can get it. That's the end of the highlight. Apparently, we just go out there and play patty cake for a little while. We're looking okay. They're beginning to get a little bit frustrated. We got an extra minute of added time here. Fed in the corner. This is where I expect to lose on all these and these added times and stuff. Gola back out to Sleeger. So I don't think we called Gola's name. Verdonk. Beautiful. Corbin's there. Sook gets a head on it too. We push it out a little bit. Heinloth is still on it though. He runs out, tries to get a corner in. Kronbost was the only one there. Jepper feeds it up. Overgur, is he going to get it? No, Janssen's a bit quicker, but we're back on their side. They try to feed it back in. Sleeger's up to Sherman. Achenbar, Slettenpool. Back to Sherman, way out on the edge. He's maybe going to try a cross back in. It went all the way through. Corbin on got a head on it. Sleegers tries again. Stevens, despite the fact it was clearly not going to go anywhere their net, decides to put a hand on it and give him a corner. Instead of just standing there and waiting to see if it hit him, he says, no, here, let me push it out. Actively make sure you get the corner. I don't want you to miss out on that. All right, dressing room. We'll just let the assistant do this one. Pleased with how things are going. I think that's a fine one. Is anybody playing badly? No, I think we're okay. Shadrack, of course, 6'3", lowest of the bunch. Looks like not changing the thing didn't change anything. I think we'll end the pep talk. Maybe we will take him out, though, because he is clearly not wanting to be here. Let's see. Who do we want to throw in? I guess it's going to be Beltran. Let's toss him in. He likes being an attacking midfielder, so great. Reduce. Oh, this is interesting. Sometimes this okay doesn't show up until you open this. Like, you make your save here, and that okay doesn't pop up until I've opened this. I've run into that a couple times. So if you're sitting there looking to figure out what you need to do to confirm that and move on, pop that open once in a while. I think sometimes it just doesn't register the way it's supposed to. And you have to kind of make it think again about what UI windows are supposed to be up. All right, second half leads off for the first with Verdonk running down the edge. He feeds across, and nobody's there. Stevens picks it up. And now we just pray. We just pray. The odds of us winning a 1-0 game are nil, I think. We might take it to 90 minutes, but in the 96th minute of a 94, 4 minutes of extra time, they'll score. Achenbar, beautiful into Sherman, but it hits the woodwork. Oh my gosh, we got lucky there. They got robbed. Scheltenpool has trouble. He had a little bit of a challenge hanging on to that. He feeds it back in. Verheppe's there. He feeds it all the way back out to Heinloth. Goes back a little bit. Oh, Sleegers almost loses it. Brenberg, a little bit of traffic over there, but Verdonk is all by his side over there. Everybody on both teams essentially comes charging over except for Heinloth, and they're like, oh yeah, we forgot you were there. Little header in. Stevens manages to go up and hang on to that one. We made one attempt. It was Schetz. He got tackled down pretty hard. I mean, like literally tackled. It didn't look like they tackled the ball. They took him down. And Heinloth is pushing down the sideline again. We've got 3 people back, but nobody feels like covering Achenbar. 3-1, but we just let him have it. Like I say, the odds of us winning that sort of thing are nil. Let's go ahead and we'll skip that. We saw it the first time. Let's go up to attacking. See if we can get a little something going. We have had the possession, so maybe we can go a little bit more. Although I don't know that we've had a single highlight except for the goal scored. Everything has just been a wave of red coming across the screen on their counterattack. So we're going to try this again. Schetz's, his numbers are a little bit low. I think at this point we go ahead at 66 minutes and we're going to go ahead and swap him out. Let's put Kogel in since he is the healthy starting striker on the team at the moment. Scheltenpool fields it into Ockenberg. Oh, I think we got lucky there. It looked like that kind of went through the net on its way out of bounds. And of course the game can't decide if this is a highlight or not. We put it all the way up. Beltran was out there. Just in case. Do we settle for a draw here? I think we settle for a draw here. We pull back, 75 minutes in. Oh, we managed to take that one. We feed it up to Depper. At one point do they take it away? We stand there and wait and try to give it to him. To Kugel is also injured somehow. Suk. Nope, we couldn't. We're unable to get it in. Do we have? Are we trying to play it into the shorter passing, play out defense, work ball into box? No. It took me forever. I kept we'd experimented with just long ball and everything into the box because we had a target man and we were just trying to break down some of this stuff. And it took me forever to get it out of each of the things. Like, I saved it, but then I closed down the computer and I reopened it. It didn't reload it. It just went with the old version, even though that formation had been saved with the update. So it took me a while to kind of exercise the demons of that shout. Achenbar hits the post again. Oh, he's got to be feeling snakebit at this point. Oh, we feed it right in the middle. Beautiful cross in by our guy to their guy just to set him up. Hey, it looks like you've got a shot. Let me send that in to you. Depper's kind of on fumes, but we're down to 89 minutes. Let's just kind of leave it here. Beltram's got it. He's got a man in the middle. Can he get the crossover? Nope, nope. I thought he got a head on it, but it must not have, or it was just touched it because Delian managed to handle it just fine as it came in. Gola's got it. We haven't said enough of their defenders' names. That means we haven't been attacking enough. But at this point, like I said, we're going to settle for the draw. Sellout crowd at their house. At this point, I think a draw counts as a victory. It'd be nice to get a few more wins out of this stuff, but I think NEC's higher than us as it is. We feed it up to the Kugel. Can he run onto it? No. Van de Pavert? Overger's got it. Back up to Ketting. Sunaro out to Grombost. Got a little sawdust or something in my eye. Over to Depper, but oh, beautiful run in by Kagadu, who's injured. Manages to get ahead on it, intercept that, but Overgur returns the favor by intercepting a pass for him. Beltrain up to the Kugel, who feeds it back out to Beltrain. And is that time? All right, I guess we snuck away with a draw. I'll take that. Let the assistant talk about that, because clearly I'm not capable of handling these when it's a draw. In talk, let's leave match. So we survived our very first January transfer window. We haven't been fired yet. Let's take a look at the email, make sure we're still not failed. We're lucky to draw. Yeah, that's probably fair. That's probably fair. Dugout had an unfamiliar feel. Yeah. Disappointing. Find themselves in 12th place. Drawn 4 of their last 5 away league games. That's fine. I'd rather draw those than lose those. They managed to survive. Now look, it says pivotal match here. NEC pivotal match. Guaranteed themselves a Jupiler playoff spot from their position in the second tier. Drawn 3 of the last 5 home games. Look at that. They've drawn 3 of the last 5 home games, and that's a strong form. But we draw 4 of our 5 away games, and we're horrible. Heinloth had a good rating. Imagine that. He looked really good. So, yeah, I can't argue that. Anyway, it doesn't say anything about that pivotal match ahead of time, which is interesting. It only gives it to us at the end. He's out. Okay, we'll live with it. We could have played through it, but Depper impresses. Of course he did. He had a goal. He ran 10 miles. His passes were So hopefully we have a chance for the goal. Superb in front of goal. There we go. All right. I think that's probably it for this episode. Thanks for watching. We'll continue on. We'll just see how far I get today. We have essentially one more video left in this series because today's, as you're watching this, will be the last day of the beta. Now I'm confused. Okay, so that's MVV. So we've got Maastricht there. Let's go back to the inbox. Where was pivotal match? Oh, okay. They're just saying they've secured their playoff spot. This was the pivotal match. This is the big match this season was against MVV. This is what confused me. I'm like, wait, I just saw that emblem there. I thought they were talking about us, but they weren't. So for those of you screaming at the screen to tell me I'm an idiot, yes. But we all knew that. I mean, look at that. 3 wins with 3 draws. We've gone again. We've tied our all-time high of 6 games without a loss. If we can get a win or a draw against Maastricht, we're in. I mean, that's our new record. So I think we're doing okay. There's only 2 losses in a big stretch here. There's not as many wins as we'd like. But we're at 27 points. 9th place is 29. We need to get 2 points. I'm not sure how NEC is guaranteed it. I mean, that's only 4 points. At what point does this start? Because there's a lot of games left. Right? I mean, how does that guarantee a spot? Did we go into some weird, split league at some point? Because I don't remember seeing anything about that in the rules. "38 games, play each other twice, no trialists." No. Oh, periods. Hold on. Let's see. First period. One team qualifies their playoffs. Skipping teams already qualified. Okay. I still don't understand how this period thing works. One team qualifies for the playoff. Third period, one team qualifies for the playoff. Fourth period. Okay, I have no idea what's going on here. None at all. It keeps saying the same thing, but it doesn't tell us how many periods there are. Points for win, 3 points for draw. 9 games each. Whoever wins those 9 games maybe gets an automatic spot? Is that what we're seeing here? So the next 9 games we would have a shot at it? I don't know. If you know how this whole thing works, let me know, because clearly the write-up on this doesn't say anything about it. It just tells us that there's these 4 periods and somebody qualifies. But under the rules for the whole thing, it just says 38 games. 8 teams total will go. The 2nd through 7th and the 8th and 9th qualify for the playoff. First is an automatic promotion. Doesn't say a single thing about any of those periods in here or what the heck happens with that. So slightly more clear directions would be fine if anybody from Sports Interactive is watching, because not all of us live there and know exactly how these things work. So you might want to give us a clue. Anyway, apparently they got a spot. Somehow, some way, nobody knows. It's not written up. We just randomly give people places that are not us into the playoffs. So anyway, is what it is. You like that one, thumbs up. Hated it, thumbs down. Let me know in the comments why you hated it, though, or why you loved it. That'd be great. Or just leave me a comment to say hi. That would be equally awesome. Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more, and we will see you next time. Cheers.